Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Michaela Copeland here. Today's video is about an article that I read on Pink News, which I will be linking it down below in the description box, as well as a YouTube video from LBC about this new legislation with Kemi Badenoch and Nick Ferrari, and it is total utter bullshit. Now, this morning, which I did wake up from, I looked on my Facebook and I saw a notification from Pink News. And basically, Kemi Badenoch, who is the Women's and Equality Minister, she wants to ban trans women, even if they had a GRC, from using single-sex spaces such as toilets, changing rooms, and refuges, which is complete and utter bullshit because in a couple of days' time, I am going to be 47 months on hormones. On the 13th of February this year, I did get my gender recognition certificate, which means I am legally female, and the UK is the worst country in the world to be trans because we have such a long wait to access medical care, which I waited 2 weeks short of 4 years before I could be seen for my second appointment at my gender clinic and get my diagnosis of gender dysphoria, which in a couple of days' time, I will be 4 years on hormones. And because I've been on hormones for so long, my body has totally changed. And strangely, on LBC, only 1% of the UK population care about the trans issues. And it all started in 2022 when Lee Anderson is now on the Reform Party, but before he defected from the Tories, he was the vice chair, and he said that the next election will be debated on culture wars and the trans issue, which trans people have always existed, and it's only been in the past 4 or 5 years that the Tories are making it a real issue. And it's funny that it's trans women that the Tories have a problem with, but not trans men, because if a trans man is been on testosterone for numerous years, they've had top surgery, they've got facial hair, they've got a deep voice and everything, I don't think that they'd be welcomed into a woman's bathroom. And they keep on going on about, oh, we should protect cisgender women, even though I've had a lot of violence from cis men, which cisgender just means that you identify as the gender that you're born as. It is not a slur because cis is the Latin word meaning the same or this side, compared to trans, which means going across from one side to the other. Also as well, in 2023, during the Conservative Party conference, Richie Sunak said that a man is a man and he's just common sense, which intersex people is proof that sex is not binary. And then you get the people either it's on Facebook or on YouTube is saying that they're going on about kids having gender reassignment surgery. It is not, because you have to be on hormones for at least a year, and gender confirmation surgery is only for if you're 18 plus. But the problem is we spend years and years and years and years on a waiting list just to get a first appointment. And if I was still under Charing Cross now, I would still be waiting for my second appointment. And as of and July would be 6 years. I would have waited to even access hormones. I did go private for 2 years with Gender GP while I was waiting, and I did self medicate for 6 months, which can be dangerous. But I did have my 3 monthly blood tests, which on the 5th of this month, so 2 days' time, on Wednesday, I got my next set of bloods due. And it's funny that it's always trans men is always ignored from all this. And it makes it seem though that the Gender Recognition Certificate, which comes from the Gender Recognition Act 2004 and the Equalities Act 2010, both of which was passed under Labour, does not seem anything because the Tories are trying to change the Equalities Act so that sex means biological, which sex is not not binary because you have trans people. I mean, if this does go through, which I'm hoping that it doesn't, because on the 4th of July, so about 4.5 weeks' time, we have the general election. And basically, what they're trying to say is that they are medical experts, the Tory party, even though they have no medical treatment, and I think that belief over trumps medical and scientific facts, which the Labour Party under Starmer is literally the same cheek, is both cheeks of the same arse, and I'm just getting really, really fed up about it. And actually, because I've been on hormones for so long, I do not have the strength, even if I wanted to, which obviously I'm not going to, because what people don't realise is that when you do go through medical transition and you start taking cross-sex hormones, in my case it is estrogen, you in fact go through a second puberty. So my body fat redistribution is more distributed into a female pattern. So towards my hips and my butt, there's changes to my face, and I do have a bit more fat. I have had 2 sessions of filler, one on my cheeks and my other one on my lips. And because I've been on hormones for so long, it doesn't work down below. And I am completely infertile. I don't produce anything whatsoever. And it's pretty much the same in certain states in America where they have these house bills and toilet regulations. And it just totally sucks. I mean, I literally feel like a refugee living in the UK. And I am actually thinking of just getting on a plane to a trans safe country, because if I react like I want to react, I will end up in prison. And because of when Dominic Raab was the Deputy Prime Minister, he's trying to say that if a woman is pre-surgery, regardless if they have a GRC or not, they'll be housed into a male prison, which will be the death sentence for me. It's funny that they never ever go on about trans men, only trans women, and every day is just harder and harder and harder to wake up in the morning, because not only do we get it from certain people on LBC, I've been attacked numerous times by a Trump supporter who I've now blocked from my channel. We also get it in the Daily Mail, the Telegraph, the Sun, TalkTV, GB News, and people like Piers Morgan. And obviously this is affecting me and my mental health, because people within the trans community, they are my family, because we are all going through the same troubles and tribulations in life. I have lost my biological family because I just decided that I just could not continue to live to be someone who I'm clearly not, and that as you try to take full body autonomy away from me, because when I went through depot on the 25th of September 2018, I was 31, old a legal adult, and my family just said that you had to ask for your dad's permission. I didn't think that you had to go through depot. You should have picked a gender neutral name, which it does get hard for me because my elder two sisters, they're pretty much tomboys, whereas I'm the furthest away from a tomboy, and my family does not realise that not every girl is all the same. And these attacks that are getting day in, day out, particularly on Facebook, which when I do report it, Facebook says that it doesn't break their community standards, and yet whenever I say something, I always end up in Facebook jail. I always get restrictions put on me because they class it as hate speech, and it is absolutely rubbish. And I'm not too sure what could happen, but if this does go through, because at the moment it's likely that the Labour Party would win the election and have an outright majority, and because Kier Starmer is literally a red Tory, I don't know what I can do. Right now, I want to go up to 10 Downing Street with my trans brothers and sisters and just protest, but when Priti Patel was the Home Secretary, she passed the Public Order Bill, which means protesting is effectively banned, and I'm not too sure what I can do. Um, because we do have an election coming, there's no point talking to my MP because I tried emailing her, and because the MPs are no longer in the House of Parliament, there's no discussions going on and everything. Signing petitions gets nowhere because when Brianna Joy was sadly had a life taken away, we all signed a petition on the .gov petitions website to amend the Gender Recognition Act so that parents or family members can get a promiscuous GRC for other people, and the government was like, nope, you have to be 18 to even apply for the Gender Recognition Act. There is so much evidence we have to submit, like depots, statutory declarations, your medical reports, which because of how poor and virtually non-existent trans healthcare is in the UK, it takes years and years and years and years. And this new thing that was passed today, it virtually means that the Gender Recognition Act is effectively worthless. I mean, sure, you can get married in the correct gender, and when you die, you can get buried with dignity, but I just want trans women to just no longer exist. It is in effect genocide because it is targeting a particular democrat of society. It's funny that trans men are unaffected by this, which I don't reckon cisgender women will be welcome for if a trans man is being on testosterone for years and years and years and years, who's had surgery with all the body changes like facial hair, a deepening voice, and everything. I don't. They will not be welcome for a trans man to go into a woman's bathroom, and I don't feel safe anymore. And I do struggle to get off to sleep at night, and I do wake up pretty late in the morning, which I do not leave home until 11 o'clock this morning. If you haven't done so already, be sure to smash that like button, press the subscribe button, and turn that bell notification on. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you very soon. So this is Miss Michaela Copeland of the Michaela Show. Much love to you, wherever you may be in the world. I'll see you very soon, everyone. Bye.